Hi everybody, this is Kat Bailey from USG, and I'm joined today by GamesRadar freelance writer, New Jersey Devils fan, and Press Row podcast host Rich Grissom. Hi Rich, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the stream, not the podcast.
Hi Kat, I am so excited. I can't wait.
Are you ready to try and take revenge once again for the Wild stealing Zach Parise like a million years ago?
I am. We'll never forget it. I will hold that grudge forever.
Well, the good news is that he'll probably win a ring in Minnesota sooner rather than later. So, and then you can kind of celebrate with us, like, on the side, right?
I am not anti-Minnesota. So
thank you.
if the Wild were to somehow stumble their way to a Stanley Cup, I would not be unhappy.
Hey now. There will be no stumbling, my friend.
Let me change my game settings. For some reason, it's defaulted to presentation style, which looks really cool, but for me doesn't work for actually playing the game. Oh, sorry, it's set to true broadcast. So, all right, I am ready. Game one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do this thing. Hopefully the camera's not messed up. Let's do this.
Yes.
So, Rich, you posted your review on GamesRadar. You can go check it out right now. Why don't you quickly share your thoughts on the game?
I like the game on the ice very much. I don't like the fact that the way that I really like to play the game doesn't exist. That is GM connected. We have played for many years, well, not many years, but for several years we have played in online leagues. And the modes that are in the game, the be a GM and be a pro, don't really feel like there's a whole lot to them. So very conflicted. Like, I enjoy the game. I'm a big fan of the NHL and big fan of EA's NHL franchise. I have enjoyed NHL for years, so this is a tough one. But for what we're about to do right now, a 5-game series, I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So that's good.
Yeah, this is pretty much the only way that I foresee myself playing NHL. I might also play Be a GM, which hasn't been gutted too badly, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I played about 30 games as the Winnipeg Jets, and it's fun. It's really streamlined. You know what I mean? And that there's something good to be said about that. But I think a lot of the guys who really like going super deep in the old GM connected, even when it was just single player, will have a problem with that.
Yeah. Now, let's be honest. Be a GM was not exactly great last year either. I think. Whoa! Already a power play?
Wow! Look at that. I'll take it. You are a dirty player. You're a Broad Street bully. That's what you are.
That was Parise. Like, he just doesn't like you. He's like, stop it, New Jersey.
Slashing Yager. Awful.
You have Jaromir Jagr this year?
Of course, we had him last year too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Weird.
He was one of their best players, if not their best player, last year.
I actually think Be a GM has survived relatively intact. But Be a Pro has really suffered. You agree or disagree?
I disagree
Okay.
with both. No, let me rephrase. I agree that Be a Pro suffers the most. I agree with that. I disagree that Be a GM survived intact. There are a lot of little things that aren't there, like the ability to play as your minor league clubs is a big thing. That's not there.
Is it a big thing? Because I never personally played as a minor league club.
I think it's a big thing because I did do that sometimes, and I certainly know several. Oh yeah, I would play a handful, not like every game. You know what I mean? But I would want to go see who the players were and stuff and things like that. So to me, it's like practice in Madden. I am so upset that practice is not in Madden this year, especially in our online franchise, because we're about to flip the week to week 2, and I would love to just get in and practice with my team, but I can't. So same kind of thing. I can't experience my minor league club and be a GM, and that's a big thing. And the other big thing is the draft. The draft is automatic. Now they're going to patch that, so that could be much better. And that's the other reason I'm conflicted with NHL, because they have announced several patches coming up to add in key gameplay. It's like not just little things like tuning updates, but they're going to patch in a draft, they're going to patch in 3 stars, they're going to patch in online team play. Like,
I'm not conflicted about that. I think that's unacceptable. I'm glad they're doing it.
Right.
But that's like too little, too late in my mind. It reminds me of the battle days of PC gaming, back in the 90s, right? Where
that was a great save, by the way, on Zajac.
Geez,
My
no
goodness.
kidding. That should have been a goal.
Wow.
It's like the battle days of the 90s, right? Where you would buy a game and it would say on the back of the box, this game has this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd be like, "Whoops, sorry, didn't make it in time for release. We had to. We're gonna patch it in later." This patching culture can't happen. And it's like, EA was obviously trying to. All right.
Oh, come on.
EA was obviously trying to exercise some damage control with what they were doing. Oh, hi Man of Steel 34. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it. Where my Minnesota Wild are leading 1-0, as it should be, because they're really overpowered this year.
It's only game 1. There's so many ways to look at NHL, and we're going to talk about it more as well on the Press Row podcast, which comes out this Friday. But, like, man, I don't even know where to start. On one hand, I completely understand why the game is what it is. It takes so much work to move up to the next generation, like art and AI and presentation. Like, it is more work than ever. It is more work than ever to do that. And I just don't think that the NHL team, which, we'll never know, well, not never, but we don't know for sure, but certainly it would be hard to argue that it's very likely one of the smaller dev teams, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Right, so I'm sure.
Really, Suter? Come on, Suter.
So I just, man. So I can completely understand. Like, you just don't have enough people to put everything in. But my gosh, it's just from the consumer standpoint, right? It's hard to ignore it. So like that's why I think, it really depends upon how you like to play, or more importantly, not play the game. Like, I was reading a couple different forums today, and people were reacting to reviews and things like that. And some people were like, yeah, man, there's no way I can play this game because all I want to do is play EA SHL, right? And that's just... Oh, come on.
That should have been a goal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? So, from that perspective, totally makes sense. And there's other people like, oh, yeah, I don't ever play online. I just want to play an offline season, win the Stanley Cup. Like, in that case, I could hardly recommend NHL. You know what I mean? Like, because the game itself, the core game, is really fun. And
it's all right. It's all right.
Well, I didn't say it was the greatest thing ever, but I said it was really fun. Like, I find myself having fun playing. So, that's the thing. Like, you just, as long as you go in eyes wide open, as long as you know what you're getting and or not getting, you can make an informed decision. So, that's really what it is. Like with
$60 for this. $60 for this. 2 years in the making, Rich. 2 years. I know that they only had a 12-month development cycle.
Yeah.
I know that, but why did they only have a 12-month development cycle? How does that happen?
Those are corporate decisions that are made based upon spreadsheets and budgets and numbers. I'm not saying I agree with them, it's just, And
I'm not even blaming the development team. I'm blaming EA for screwing up one of my favorite franchises.
Right. Well,
I am legitimately afraid for NHL now.
Yeah, I'm not afraid for NHL now. I would be afraid if I would be more afraid if they hadn't announced support moving forward, and I will be really afraid if NHL 16 does not introduce either most of the modes that are missing, or at least introduces some new way to play the game. You know what I mean? Like that'll be what'll be really interesting. So, sales will be interesting. Will the game sell well? It could, right? It is entirely possible that NHL, despite the relatively low, well, certainly for low Metacritic, it could still sell well, or it might be a sales disaster. We don't know. It'll be very interesting to see. I mean, this is the teeth of the fall. Obviously, Destiny came out today. Madden came out last week. FIFA, which I think we all think is going to be a monster, is going to come out next week. Like, it's just, this whole situation is very interesting. I don't quite fear for NHL, but you never know. I mean, we've seen sports games disappear and not come back. It's not unprecedented.
I think it has another year in it. But I'm surprised that this was allowed to happen, because, I mean, this is the thing we were all talking about last year, right?
Yeah.
When we were like,
there we go.
No, goalie interference. Way to interfere with the goalie, Rich. Stop being such an What was he, boogieing near the glass? What was that?
I have no idea. I have no idea what just happened.
We were all talking. So we were talking about this last year. Oh, I love the sign in the penalty box, by the way.
Yeah, that is good. Yes, agreed.
We were talking about this last year when we were like, look, you can't do that. You cannot cut modes. You're going to get destroyed.
Right.
By the fans and by the press. And it seems like everybody kind of learned their lesson, right? Except for NHL, and now they have a 60 Metacritic. That's a disaster.
Agreed.
60 Metacritic is a disaster, Rich.
I agree. And there's two ways that it can go.
Oh, crap.
It can go EA, one extreme, they throw in the towel. They're like, well, forget it. I mean, people don't understand it. It costs a lot more money to make these games than they think, and we can't just do it, and it doesn't sell enough to justify it. They can go the other extreme, which is we're going to double down on this franchise and get it back where it needs to be, and put more resources and stuff on the team, or somewhere in the middle. That's what I say is going to be interesting. When you're running a business, you have to make decisions sometimes that are difficult. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying I was right. I don't know the numbers or the math behind it. I'm just saying I can see why this would happen because of many different things. So.
Yeah, I can, but it seems really short-sighted of them. They seem to have made a lot of short-sighted decisions in regards to this particular franchise. Wow.
I agree. But they're supporting it, right? So there's hope. I guess it sounds like you're less hopeful than I am. I think we both agree that the game at launch is a fairly hollow experience for people who are used to a much more robust NHL experience. Is that a fair statement?
I think that's a fair statement.
Sounds like I'm hopeful that the relatively poor review scores and the combination of the announcement of significant post-launch support demonstrates that EA is going to put the resources necessary to get it back where it needs to be. It sounds like you're sort of the opposite mindset.
I don't know. NHL is such a niche thing, right? It's like, for a while it was kind of almost like that should have been a goal. Jeez. For a while, right? It was kind of their prestige franchise almost.
For a while, yeah.
For maybe a niche crowd bought it, but every year, it just got really good review scores.
Well, and it killed the competition too. You know what I mean? It killed NHL 2K.
Right. Oops. Oh, yeah.
My goodness gracious.
Okay, one thing I do like, when you score, I like that you can see the people going crazy when you score.
Yes. Crowd looks awesome.
The spotlight is much better. I like the spotlight. It looks just like a broadcast. I like that you can celebrate and everybody comes and hugs you and everything. I enjoy that. In general, it feels exciting when you score.
It doesn't feel exciting when you score. I'll tell you that right now. I've done it twice. Feels very
Art
upsetting.
Raider wants to know, what are the playoffs like in these games? Well, I mean, well, okay, so
I've played 30 games of a franchise. I haven't made it to the playoffs, so I don't know.
I simmed
And there's
to
no
the- I
playoff
simmed
mode.
to the playoffs, actually.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty much as it usually is, which is to say that, you see the crowd, and instead of just the crowd being there, they're like waving the white towels. You know what I'm talking about from the previous years. They're waving the white towels, and they have some like special dialogue for the playoffs. And it says like Stanley Cup playoffs on the ice and everything. So
It's not bad.
no. Actually, I think that it's better than Madden. It has historically been better than Madden at kind of saying, putting you in the mood for the playoffs. Madden's actually always been really bad about that.
Yes, I agree. Oh my goodness gracious! What is happening here?
Howla! Eric Howla. I've been playing a lot of NHL, Rich. It's like, I don't mind playing this game. But okay, like I'm playing it, right? The more I play it, the more I'm like going, oh, this is a surprisingly minor update, comparatively speaking, from last year. Like the way it animates, the AI. The AI drives me insane. I get so many offside calls, it's not even funny. The goalie can be stupid at times still. I told you about the Backstrom special from our league, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who don't know, a Backstrom special refers to wild goalie Nicholas Backstrom, who would just let in the dumbest damn goals. I think the worst one was when Jeff Solomon shot a puck that bounced off the boards, and it bounced back and hit the back of his skate and then went into the goal.
Yeah.
That was a Backstrom special. And I'm still seeing Backstrom specials in this game. It even happened when I was playing the online mode for review with one of the developers. And I was like, look, no, right there, that's a Backstrom special right there. And they're like, oh, that's odd,
You hate when you hear that.
Man of Steel says, Rich, come on, man.
I know, I'm working on it.
Step up your game.
Hey, look. Sometimes in NHL, you're only as good as your goaltender, and if your goaltender you don't control, so I'm working on it.
So
It's a 5-game series.
What do you like about the actual gameplay, Rich?
I like the goalies getting into the mix. Like I've had one time I had a particularly impressive situation happen in front of the net where I crashed the net and my guy got intertwined with there it is.
There you go.
There's a goal.
Good job.
Got intertwined with the goaltender, and actually the goaltender flipped around, and then his helmet flew off. I was like, that's kind of cool. I never saw that before. So that's an example. I like the speed. The speed seems kind of right. It doesn't seem too fast. It doesn't seem too slow. The crowd. I love the crowd. We talked about it.
Wow. Okay, it bounced right off his chest or something and flipped into the goal. Physics. I think it's much better balanced than NHL 14.
You did not like NHL 14.
I secretly hated NHL 14.
Right.
I played it. I played quite a lot of it because it was the GM connected and all that.
Yep.
But it was so unbalanced. And I got so sick of the people in our league who just abused the hell out of the, oh, here's my money shot position, right?
Yeah. Well, that's why I stopped playing.
It was like they knew the one spot on the ice where they could score every time with a slap shot, because they top corner against the goaltender. There was just nothing they could do. Whoa! 5-minute penalty.
Travis Zajac again? I mean, Thomas Vanek. Okay, good. I was like, wait, what's happening? Vanek, what did he do? Board a guy or slash a guy? Or what did he do? Oh, boarding. Ouch.
Jeez.
Wow.
Why do
That
my
dude
guys
is
hate
mad.
you so much? I thought that you would have the, anger against me.
See, this is big. I'm down by 2 goals in a 5-minute power play. Like, if I want to win this game, I got to do something right here.
Yeah, you do. Art Raider says, I hope Vanek scores some goals. Yeah, Vanek is in this game, actually. And he is actually a really good goal scorer. In general, I try to get the puck to him as much as possible. Oh, crap.
Look at that big old pile up right there. That's pretty interesting. All right, now you've got the puck. This is crazy. Let's go. Let's move it. There we go.
Oh,
Break
no,
out. There we go. 3 on 1. If I can get moving again.
Oh, crap.
Goal.
Oh, he didn't
How
control
did
the
that
puck.
not? Terrible.
Oh, and in Be a GM, the computer makes really dumb trade offers. It was like, I'll give you a 3rd-round pick for Matt Cook. And I'm like, Matt Cook's good. What are you talking about? Even if he is a scumbag.
He is definitely a scumbag. There's no doubt about that.
Are the Devils in the same division as the Penguins?
Yes.
Then you would have extra reason to think of him as a
Yeah.
scumbag. Yeah. Oh my God. During the playoffs, the Avalanche fans were just going berserk about Matt Cook. And deservedly so. He did kind of take out their best defensive player.
Yep.
That's what Matt Cook does.
That's his history, right?
All the Wild fans were like, yeah, Matt Cook, he's reformed now. Not so much. He's a thug, but he's our thug.
Yeah.
All right, 3rd period. Still got time to make a comeback, Rich.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am confident that I have a chance. I got to actually score. Got to turn that into something.
Is it hyperbole to say that this version of NHL 15 is the worst of the next-gen sports games outside of NBA Live, which is kind of in its own category?
Well, if you take out NBA Live, yeah, I think so.
You killed a guy, Rich. He's dead. Look at him.
About that. This is why you need series mode, by the way, is so that if that guy actually got injured, he'd be out for the next few days. Or if my guy got suspended, he wouldn't be able to play, stuff like that.
That's one of the things that I like about FIFA. That FIFA's always gotten right. If we were playing in FIFA right now, we would be playing a series, essentially. Because you would get points for beating me or vice versa, right?
Yep.
And it would act like we're playing in a championship, and it goes on about how we're like heated rivals and all that, right?
Yep.
And instead, whoa, what's going on? He crashed into my goalie.
I did.
Trying to take him out.
Whatever it takes. And I don't have a stick.
Gets in. What'll he do? That's a good solid hit. He'll
Now I
feel
do.
that one.
The moral of the story is that developers should just steal like crazy from FIFA. Oh, wow.
Oh, look at
there
that.
There you go. Down by 1.
All right. Got at least
That's
one.
me. I keep building up big leads and then copying them up. It's not good. Mike Camilleri.
Camilleri's decision was pretty easy.
So what are your expectations for the real Devils this year, Rich?
I don't have many expectations. They have been out of the playoffs for the last 2 years, so I don't really. I mean, Schneider is the #1 goaltender. That's a good thing. I mean, I love Martin Brodeur more than any other player ever. So just want to put that out there. No, he's not retired. He's a free agent, and he has not been signed by anybody.
Well, no, because he's old.
Right, and so yeah, and he doesn't want to retire, and he wants a very specific situation, and an injury or two will happen, and somebody will give him a call, likely. On the other hand, he may just, if nobody comes calling, he just may hang it up. I mean, he said that he's going to be a Devil forever. He's going to work in the Devils organization. He wants to be a scout, wants to be a coach, a GM, something. So, I just don't. Well, I don't think I know because he said it. He doesn't want that to be yet. He's still looking forward to playing.
Wow.
Look at that, Yager! And all of a sudden, I'm back.
Back in the game. Jeez.
Yes.
I can't believe I let you back into this game, Rich. You even beat me. This happens to me a lot in the game against the computer, too. Sit down, you Devils fans. Nobody wants you to stand there. Nobody wants to see you.
Just over 6 minutes played.
You're in a pretty tough division, right? You're in the same division
Yes.
as the Bruins.
No. It's the
You're in the
Rangers,
Metropolitan.
Islanders. Yes, the Metropolitan Division.
Possibly the dumbest name ever for a division.
It's hard to come up with dumber one. I'll tell you that.
It's true.
You got to go back to like Smythe. You're still talking hockey though when you're talking Smythe Division.
It should have been the Lemieux, whatever.
Gretzky.
division. Lemieux, Gretzky, Hull.
See, I disagree because the whole Big Ten being called the legends and the leaders and whatever. It's just like what? Let's just keep it east, west, north, south. That's fine.
I said it should have been Prairie and Lakes Division. And in fact, in NCAA football, I always named them that.
Sure you did. That sounds like exactly what you would do. And I don't mean that in a negative way.
I reorganized them to be right, too. That was one thing I always liked about NHL. Like, it would be like, yeah, okay, fine. If you don't like this, whatever. Fix it yourself. Hey, this is wish fulfillment, right? That's what sports sims should be like. They should give me all of the options.
Agree. Well, that's why college NCAA was so good, because you could really go nuts there.
Way to control that puck, whoever you were. Oh, you're not a guy from the Wild. You are not a guy from the Wild.
Oh, look at Yager crushing a dude.
Jeez. Oh, Joe. You're gonna. Same old Wild.
Oh, look
melting
out.
down.
It's okay. Look, you got a breakaway.
Oh, gosh. By the way, this is how we always sound when we play one. Oh, no!
Yes!
Oh, wow. What a comeback.
Yager's dominating out there.
Jeez.
Wow.
Man of Steel 34 is rooting for you, by the way.
Thank you, Man of Steel. He's a long-time listener and contributor to the various, press row and Dodcast and all the different stuff that I get to do.
I will also say this, I feel like the play down low for a score, much better for the most part, more nuanced. I feel like size and strength matter a lot more. Where
I totally agree with that. Yes.
And that's the kind of stuff I like to see. And my guys are all exhausted. Alright, let's do this thing.
Whoa.
Minnesota's prevailed on another face-off.
When is she going to pull the goaltender? That's what everyone's saying. Come on, Coach Cat. Pull the goalie. Oh, I shouldn't have tried to get it in deep. No. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Come on, guys. Let's get it out of there. No! Man.
27 seconds.
Oh, Nelly.
Oh. Lucky bounce. 15 seconds.
Keep it in deep.
You got this. There's no way I can get the puck in time. Good game. Good first game. I'll get you in game 2.
All right.
Yeah, there you go, Rich. Good win.
I'll take it.
Came back. Jeez. Yeah, you kind of took control of play in the third period there.
Yeah.
There's just nothing I could do.
Well, like I said, you're at the mercy of your goaltender, just like in the real NHL,
Yeah.
If he makes the plays.
If there's anything I'm worried about, it's that... Oh, great. So I couldn't just do a rematch?
No rematch.
Really? No rematch? So
No
now I have
rematch.
to invite you again and pray?
Yes, exactly.
So I just sit here and wait for it to go to 80%. God, matchmaking.
Let me send you the invite to see if it works.
All right,
Well,
you
but-
send me the invite.
Menus are quite sluggish this year too, which is strange. I don't know why that would be.
Menus are always sluggish.
Yeah, but even definitely not good. Worse than I
Now-
expected. 16,000 people playing online.
Really?
Yeah. Is that good or not? Destiny did come out today. There's that.
Destiny did come out today.
All right. You should be getting an invitation. Oh, I
There
think
it
it went
is.
through. All right.
How about that?
All right.
I shouldn't be like that excited to be receiving an invitation. I should be like, yeah, no, it's like totally. Oh, really? Invite request cannot be completed.
Failed to retrieve data. Please try again later.
Ugh.
Okay.
This invite can no longer be used, Rich. Let me try to invite you this time.
Well, looks like I have now hung.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'll go log into the golf club for a minute to close the application and then come back.
Yeah, we're like thrilling our audience here with this stuff. This should not be an issue. It's 2014, okay? It's 2014. This stuff drives me insane with sports games. They act like it's still 2001 and like online games are like some kind of voodoo art. Like, okay, so now I just need to sit here and wait like on 80%. Has it officially hung?
Hold on. I'll tell you. I'm getting back into the game, so maybe that's one of the things that might be holding it up.
Well, I'll just sit here and wait. So, people who are following us on Twitch, are you hockey fans? I assume you're hockey fans. What teams do you support, and what do you expect them to do this year? And also, are you planning on picking up NHL 15? I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, me too.
In the meantime, Rich, I assume you're not getting an invite.
Hold on. I'm not yet, but I'm getting back into the game, so hopefully that will help that come through.
Indeed.
A gameplay update has been downloaded.
A gameplay update?
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez, really?
That's what it says. All right. No, I don't see any
No, of course you don't.
invitations. So let me try to send you. Wait a second. Something just happened. Waiting for opponent.
I just quit, and now I'm going back into the game.
Okay.
Yep. Logistics, everybody.
Yeah.
It's real bad. This is what I mean when I say sports games are so far behind every other kind of game in terms of matchmaking.
I agree.
Do you understand what it's like? It's stunning to me. They should be ahead of the curve. They should be pushing the limits. They shouldn't be acting like it's still 2005.
I can't argue with any of that.
I mean, isn't online play a major component of playing a sports game? Isn't it a major component of its play, of its longevity as a game?
For many people, yes. For many people, no.
I mean, I play a ton of FIFA Online, and you know why? Because of online seasons.
Well, yeah, FIFA sort of gets it right. In that they make it more seamless, but they also don't offer the online experience that you and I specifically want. So, there's that.
By the way, have you sent an invite?
Oh, yeah, I have. I'm sitting here hung at 80%.
Oh, jeez.
And I can't get out of anything. I can't navigate out of the screen or anything. So,
Wow.
yeah.
We may be shut down by NHL. That might... Our 5-game series might be rained out.
Let's see here. Trying to cancel. and it's just hung. Mm.
Good grief.
It is hung.
It is hung.
Oh, wait. Maybe now it's not.
Ah, I got an invite. Just
All
in
right.
time. Hooray! Finally. Please work, game. Oh. In our in the press row league, we might have to have a standard set of settings so that
Yeah.
we can minimize desyncs.
I don't know how you do that. Is that something the commissioner does, or is that just something
Go
that...
into league settings and just like Greg and I are just gonna go in and turn off the camera.
Right.
All right, so I guess I get to be at home again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this. Sorry for the wait, everybody. It's time to go again. Rich is, if you're just joining us, Rich and I are playing against each other right now. Rich is the New Jersey Devils. I'm the Minnesota Wild. Rich leads our series 1-0. And I don't know if we're going to get a full 5 games in, but we can try at least.
And I came back from a 3-0 deficit to win 4-3 in game 1, which is
Yes,
very
you
exciting.
did. That was impressive. Well done. Art Raider says that he's a Wild fan. He's expecting a deep playoff run or a Stanley Cup, and he can't afford NHL after Destiny, so maybe he'll pick it up in November.
Yeah.
Is it crazy that they released NHL on Destiny Day? Does that seem a
I
little
don't-
nutty to you?
I don't think they had much of a choice. Like, NHL needs to come out after Madden before FIFA. When else is it going to do it, Pretty sure the dates for release were set a lot earlier than it was for Destiny.
I imagine it. I bet that as soon as they heard it, they were just like facepalm.
Yeah, of course. Wouldn't you be? I mean, just like the golf club coming out the same day as Madden. I mean, I bought the golf club, and I love the golf club. Love, Love, capital. Hold on, I gotta change my settings. I forgot to. Oh, I can't do it yet. When I get control of the puck, I'm gonna have to pause for 1 second.
Okay.
Let's see
Quick,
if I
take
can do
advantage
it
of
now.
him while he can't see. So,
Wow.
what
It won't
what
let
is
me
your
change.
perspective right now?
Right now, it's the true broadcast because I guess I must have that defaulted.
Like the side to side?
Yeah,
Whoa, crazy.
and it makes it hard to control because the controls are different.
Yes, it's true. What do you think of the dynamic camera
Now I
angle?
can do it. I love dynamic mid.
Yeah.
So that's the camera I like, dynamic medium, excuse me, and I love it. I think it's great.
I think it's much better than last year's. It's a small thing, but I like that you can see. I like that you can see the audience when you score and everything. I like it makes the arena seem more lively.
Yes.
I think they
I
hit on
agree.
something good here. It's a good midpoint between having a broadcast style and having a more traditional overhead like NHL 95 or whatever. And offside because my AI buddies are stupid. Man of Steel 34 says the golf club is the best game I have bought for $35, hands down.
I love the golf club, and I had no idea that I was going to love it because it's such a different kind of golf game. We're going to talk about it also on this week's Press Row podcast. There's no attributes. You don't level up. Everybody is the same player. Come on. Everyone is the same player. The game is completely skill-based. There's thousands of different courses user-made, and there's a whole bunch of courses made by the people who made the game. There's a great course designer. You can do online tours and tournaments, but it's completely like the anti-Tiger Woods. There's not like television presentation. There's not announcers. There's no gallery. There's just and there's no like assists or anything. You just got to get in and play and learn to figure it out. Oh, I absolutely adore the golf club. Now, it's not like I'm saying it's perfect. It doesn't look crazy next gen-y, you know what I mean? It's got a bunch of little weird sort of bugs that, like I really want them to improve the navigation, like finding your tours and looking at, just navigating, because at certain points in time, you could be participating in 3 or 4 different kinds of events with your friends. It's very socially driven. Like whoever on your friend list is playing the game, you can jump right in and play with them either live or asynchronously. Just so much good stuff about the golf club. I want to play it all the time.
Man of Steel says, Rich, I shot a -7 in the tour created by Pete Dodd. Humid Desert Course.
I created that tour, I believe, and if you can shoot a -7, God bless you, Man of Steel, because my best round is like 2 over. It is a hard game, and I don't mean hard. It's not hard to do the basics. It's hard to be good at it, and I mean that in a positive way. And it's just you're able to get in so easily. There's no load time between holes, so once you're in, you're just in. You can play 18 holes in 20, 25 minutes. God, I love that game. I can't explain exactly why. There's a lot of little reasons. I just really enjoy a lot about the golf club.
And where can I get the golf club?
It is digital only. You can get it on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC.
And my AI people are stupid and offside again. As per usual, there's a lot of stoppages in play. Maybe
yes.
Maybe more than there should be. What do you think of the commentary in NHL 15?
I have not paid a ton of attention to it, and which is why in my review for GamesRadar I didn't go into it a lot. I mean, I listened to it a little bit, but I'm not a big commentary guy. I play the vast majority of my sports games either on the treadmill or and listening to podcasts.
Are you on the treadmill right now?
No, I'm not, but I am on headphones talking to you right now, so I'm not listening to the commentary right now. This is another example. We play a lot of online Madden against people, and we're usually talking to them. So I actually listen to the commentary for most sports games very little. The one that I do like the most, or to listen to the most, is FIFA, because just the overall immersion in FIFA, particularly with the next gen, is so good. The crowd and stuff, and this year's going to be even better. And I just love the announcers. I like hearing the pronunciations of the player names. So, for the most part, I don't listen to a whole lot of commentary. So I kind of don't. I usually sort of either briefly mention or don't even mention it at all, because I love Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk. I'm sure they're fine. I've listened and I haven't heard anything that was great or terrible, but it's not like it blew my mind. So it's a good idea. So
I am also a big Doc Emmerich fan. I know not everybody agrees for some reason. I don't know how you can hate Doc Emmerich, but whatever.
Me neither.
And anybody who's listening to this can share your thoughts on Doc Emmerich. I know that when I was expressing my excitement about Doc Emmerich in my previews back in E3, I had more people than I expected be like, I hate Doc Emmerich with a burning passion. So people who hate Chris Collinsworth.
Right.
I was like, I don't understand, but whatever.
Right. Nice. Why did I pass it right back to you? That was not a good pass, especially when you're going to score. Get out of there.
Wow. Jeez, our goalies have been making some crazy saves right there. Yeah. Anyway, so I think my problem is, one of Doc Emmerich's strengths as a play caller is that he's really good at going with the ebbs and flows of the game. How a game is going just from listening to his voice from the other room, right? The second he starts talking faster and more excitedly, really fast and more excitedly, you know that things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Just the tone of his voice. You don't even have to hear what's going on.
Right.
Compared to, like, say, Joe Buck, who terrible. That's not really in this game. Like, there's no his commentary is choppy. And I would say that a lot of what I really like about him not present.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which is disappointing.
It also
because I do pay attention to the commentary.
right.
I like good commentary. I think FIFA's commentary is actually really underrated, by and large.
I enjoy it.
I think they have a better feel for getting the raising the stakes and the excitement of the game.
Yes, that's why I like to hear it so much. Come on, Eliash, get it.
NBA 2K still is the champion of good commentary.
Yeah, it's good. Again, I don't pay a lot of attention to it because I played like 150 games, and no matter what, after that amount of games, you're just like, you know, it's fine, but I don't listen to it anymore. You know, I'm not as big on the television broadcast. I would prefer almost as if I were at the arena.
Like define like almost as if you're at the arena.
Well, just hearing the crowd, hearing the organ, hearing the music.
Jeez, try to kill my goalie, why don't you?
Hey, whatever it takes. Got to win. This is for the Press Row Cup.
Oh! Now there's a trophy involved. Is there?
Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't say that at the start of this.
Well, if I had known it was the Press Row Cup, I would have put it in the promo. Okay. Anyway, tell me about arena style.
Well, and even not necessarily arena, but like, it doesn't to me need to be a total television experience. Like, you know, the start of Madden, right, was not a TV style experience. It's almost like try to put you in the shoes of the player. Be a pro. You know, in the past that you have not heard the commentary, you know, you've just sort of experienced the game like a player, and there's some interesting dynamics to that. And I even asked Mike Young, the Madden creative director, about it because, you know, the start of the Madden game is not a TV-style presentation. He's like, yeah, we have a lot of conversations about that because, you know, some people want TV, and some people really just kind of want to feel like they are in or at the game.
The first interactive experience that you were talking about?
Yeah.
That was more like a sports movie.
It was a different thing, but it wasn't like.
And I liked it.
I
was like watching NFL films.
A lot of people liked it.
I thought it was great.
And imagine if
and
you
I
could
want
play
them to
every
do that with
game like
NFL moments or whatever.
Right, or something, right? If you could do that more than just that.
With the NFL films music and everything. Ooh. Tough battle, Rich.
And yeah, absolutely. Nothing. Third period.
I think that the first interactive experience was a test run for Madden, and that since it's gotten a good response, they're going to
you'll see
double
more,
down
yes.
on it. In
I
Madden
agree.
16, which is
It'll
great.
be interesting. It'll be interesting how. Like, is it going to be just a way to play the game, or is it going to be, look, we're going to add a new way to experience Madden, not integrated with, you know, CFM or Ultimate Team, but, you know, just a set of challenges or moments, or you know, like, it'll be interesting to see how that works.
All right, it's
okay,
on.
here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Gracious.
So you do not F with Suter. You do not F with
not.
Ryan Suter. The man's from Wisconsin. Oh, look at him. Yeah, he's like twice your guy's size.
Hey, you know, I don't back down from anybody.
God, he took 2 hits. 2 punches.
Camilleri is.
I love the guy
fighter.
trolling him with the green
Oh, yeah.
face. That's great.
It's awesome. Yes.
Funny.
Minnesota's prevailed on another faceoff.
I think that the most natural fit for the new broadcast experience is either to do a historical moments kind of thing, where it's like you license certain teams, like say the '87, I don't know, like the 89 49ers, the 98 Vikings, or whatever, right? And
I like
you,
it. Keep
and
going,
then
keep
you,
going.
and then you. That's how you present a historic moment.
Yeah, I mean, I've said for years, like I would love an MLB The Show to play a mode where you're thrown into the situation where you're Roger Maris trying to beat Ruth's record, or DiMaggio on a 56 game hitting streak, just like different ways to do something like that to celebrate history, to try to get. Like you said with the 49ers, like trying to recreate the catch. With,
The drive.
Yeah, like all that kind of stuff. And you can put that in that kind of experience. It's just a totally different way to play sports games. And, it'll be interesting if that's, a way that it goes. I mean, I think the first interactive experience is a great test, like you said, and the response has been positive. So now to do that, though, means you got to forego other stuff, right? I mean, people are tired of hearing people talk about it. But, in short development cycles and limited resources, you got to really pick your spot. So it'll be interesting how that evolves or does not evolve,
Yeah, I'd be okay with them generally keeping CFM the same.
Me too. Me too.
Because there's some things that annoy me about CFM, but by and large, I think it's fine.
I just want them to keep practice or to bring practice back because I want to play with my team, and I realize that. I want it to be available. I want it to be available, right?
Yeah, I want to be able to jump in and practice with my team at all times. Right?
Yes.
I'm not talking about like some kind of structured thing. I just want to play with my team.
Exactly.
Why is this so hard? We've been like talking about this for like 5 years now.
Well, I brought it up to Josh Lumen, in the last thing. I'm like, hey, I want to be able to try different playbooks. Like I would like to use practice, and he's like, okay, that's interesting. A lot of people don't want practice, but I think they don't want it in the way that it was put in there, which is you have to.
It was artificial.
Yeah.
You can only do it once. It was boring.
Yeah.
Why can't I just take the team that I've got and play with them? Why is this so hard?
And in later years, it's more important because you don't really know your players.
Right. Yeah. Once I get a rookie, like once I get rookies and free agents and everything.
Yeah.
I definitely want to be able to practice with them and get used to them.
Or at least let me export my team, right? So that I can take them in another. Oh boy, that's not good.
Man, it's been a hard-fought match, Rich. Like we both had really good chances.
Yep.
The referees, Doc, are out there to protect
Way to
the
board
players.
Suter.
Yeah, seriously, that was.
Was that Camilleri? Are they like at war with one another?
That was Rutu.
Rutu.
Minnesota's power play unit gets their first opportunity of the game, and it comes at a very critical time. Good face-off win.
Control the puck, guys.
Perfect centering pass. Great chance, but he missed. That's the type of opportunity you want late in the game, tied. Parked in the slot.
Oh boy.
Cruises to the slot. Outstanding point blank.
Yeah, doing my best here, but sometimes the goalie gets hot and you just can't get anything past him. Which is like real life,
Yeah, all it takes is one mistake by me, though. The best goaltender can't stop the perfect shot.
Yep.
All right, Steven Gianta. Get crushed along the boards. He's like a tiny titan out there.
I love that that's a thing now, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
That's brilliant. Like, talk about Madden. Madden has been surprisingly light on its feet this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they probably feel pretty good about the game. That I'm sure that has a lot to do with it.
They do seem like talking with them privately, they all seem pretty pumped about the game, don't they?
Well, I think they should. I like Madden this year. Again, it's not perfect. It's got stuff going on, but boy, there's a lot of good stuff with this game. A lot of good stuff. I don't like the desyncs that we've been seeing in our online CFM. That's very distressing. Nothing is more deflating. Nothing is more deflating than playing a quarter or two of an online franchise big game against a human being and having it disappear.
Even worse when you're in the lead and you're playing well.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, you know, I had like a 50-yard romp with LaShawn McCoy for a touchdown, and 2 minutes later it desynced. I'm like, I would have really liked to have that, you know. So then Brian and I started again, and I won, but I didn't have the nice, some of the nice offensive stats I had.
No, my stats. Precious stats.
Well, I'm not freaking out about it, but I am just saying, you know, you make a nice play, you want it to count, that's all.
I'm surprised by how hard it is to play as the Vikings in Madden this year. It's because I guess it makes sense, but I've had to be extremely conservative with Teddy because he'll just start spraying the ball all over the place.
Right. Another power play.
It's not my fault he took me out.
Got 2 on this one for tripping.
Stop taking me out, Rich.
It is a rare power play that is
never.
Your Devils are so dirty.
It's just poor coaching. I guess they don't know the rules.
Oh my God.
You know, this has shootout.
Written all over it?
Because it's could I get a defensive break?
No.
No, I can't. Okay, now this is a problem because this is going to be a one-on-none right here. Oh, you see my defenseman dive to the ice?
Yes. Close game.
Still got past him, though.
Good clean win on the draw. 1 minute left in the overtime period. Last minute of play in the overtime.
Why is Schneider this good? He's not that good in real life.
He's pretty good.
Is he?
He's pretty good.
And why did the Canucks get rid of him?
Well, the Canucks organization is a disaster. They had 2 great goaltenders, and they traded them both. They had Luongo and Schneider. And
now they've signed Ryan Miller.
Right.
Oh, wow. Delayed penalty. 4-on-4. 3-on-3.
3-on-3.
You don't see that very often.
No.
Parisi's going to the box, I think.
Sit down, you dirty scum. Oh, look at that. What is he doing? Trying to... Oh, my goodness.
Look, Rich.
Wow.
Parisi just came home, okay? He's from Minnesota. He just came home. Now that the Wild are good, like, that's why Vanek came home. Like, you got all these guys who grew up in Minnesota who are now really good at hockey players who are like, yeah, I'll take a discount. I want to play in Minnesota. Which, I mean, how often can you say that?
Rarely.
Very rarely. Yeah, that should be a penalty. Should be 2-on-3 now.
It is.
Is it 2-on-3?
No, it'll be 4-on-3, I think. I think
should
you
be
got
2-on-3.
to come
That'd be
on the
great.
ice. I think 3-on-3 is the minimum. Or the, yeah. So it'll be 4-on-3 now, right? Yeah.
No attempt to play the puck and just tripped up the attacking player. This has been a power play that's gotten a lot of times, but no goals.
Oh,
sit down.
Can we have like 5-on-2?
Here we go. 2-on-1.
No! God, I thought that was going to be a goal. Oh my gosh.
All right, shootout.
Shootout time. Hate shootouts.
Me too. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes for us to score.
Yeah, I think we'll score pretty quick.
The other night,
Interesting. I don't get to control the goalie. Oh, wow.
Oh, come on. Took Simitzar Carr and I probably 9 attempts until I finally beat him the other night in a shootout.
Yeah. Same old tactic always works.
I don't like that at all. You're cheating.
Not cheating.
Get that Game Genie out of your PS4.
Yeah, Harding.
What a save! No, he has failed.
Dunk.
Come on, Corey. Don't let us down.
Oh. I didn't mean to shoot there. I was trying to deke around you. Donk.
All right, this is it.
This is it.
Got to put it home.
Gotta put it in. Can you put it in? No. We're tied.
1-1 heading to Jersey.
All right. Well, assuming it allows us to randomize to play against one another.
Right.
All right, if you're just joining us, Rich and I are heading back to Jersey in theory. I wish it would let us rematch. Why can't we just rematch?
Oh, you got a trophy.
Yes,
I
did.
didn't get a trophy.
I'm clutch.
Oh, I already got that one for beating Submit.
Oh, okay. All right. Try to send the invite, I guess.
All right, let's see if this works. A lot of people playing Destiny on my friends list. My goodness.
Yeah, everybody's playing it. Everybody's playing it.
Are you going to play it?
Yeah, I got it. I got Destiny sitting here.
Not me.
Why not?
I've got enough to play already. I got a Madden League, I got the golf club, I got an MLB The Show. You know, I'm good. I mean, I'm not like, I don't have the gaming time to play something that is a online MMO. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I can do it. Not with what I'm already playing. You know what I mean? It just doesn't fit.
I wouldn't necessarily characterize it as an MMO.
Well, I also don't like shooters either, so there's that.
There is.
I just don't like online shooters. I've played them for years, and I just feel like now whenever I play it, it feels the same as everything else I've ever played. So it's just, even though I know that each shooter game that comes out has different layers and different aspects to it, does nothing for me. Like the last one that I tried was Titanfall, and after like an hour, not even after an hour, the whole time I'm just like, no, I'm bored. It's not me. It's not the games. There's nothing wrong with the games. It's just me. It's just that, online team deathmatch or whatever, just that whole thing, it just does absolutely nothing for me. Plus, you need to be, just like anything, like if that's your thing is online shooter, you got to play it regularly. You got to play with your friends, you got to level up, you got to understand, and it's just, not only do I not have the time, even if I did, I wouldn't make the time. Those games just don't work for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. I like Destiny because I like the art. Oh man, it's in Minnesota again. Sorry.
Wait. Can't
wait.
change it?
Oh no, I am in never mind, I am on the road now.
Okay.
So
there we go.
Alright, let's do this thing. This is it, Rich. This is for the Press Row Cup.
That's right.
It ended up being best 2 out of 3, but whatever.
That's okay. I'm good with that.
I'm good with that too.
The way.
Change your broadcast settings.
I'm doing it right now.
Excellent. This is it.
It is much more difficult than it should be. Oh, I can't do it. It won't let me. That's
Hey,
weird.
Rich, here's a question for you. Does
Yes.
EA give you any credit if you have Ray Rice on your Madden Ultimate Team, or will he just be gone?
I have a feeling he will just be gone.
That's unfortunate. If they're smart,
Because that's all
they will
data
essentially treat it like a quick sell, or maybe even
Yeah,
credit a whole bunch
yeah.
of points to the players who own him. It's like,
Yeah.
here, have some gold. Whatever. We're sorry.
Yep.
God, the whole Ray Rice thing is just a disaster for the NFL.
Is it really? I
Yeah.
mean, it's a horrible thing, but like. it
No, I'm
seems
not
like-
I'm not saying that it's gonna hurt them.
Okay.
I'm saying that it's so typical of the NFL these days.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah. But you know what? I mean, I was thinking about this today. I'm not saying anything other than. I'm just saying it's easy to throw stones, when you're not sitting in Goodell's seat. It almost worked out better for them that video came out because, like, however it happened, ultimately, once that happened, he never played in the NFL again. You know what I mean? So it's not like he came back.
Corey Schneider looks a lot like, what's her name? Sinead O'Connor.
I can see that.
Sinead O'Connor joined the New Jersey Devils, became a goaltender. Sinead O'Rebellion. Anyway, sorry. Little 80s, 90s reference there. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. Did somebody die? Why do we have a stoppage in play? What the heck just happened?
I don't know.
Anyway, look, there's a little thing called common sense. I'm sure that his job's hard or whatever, but like the NBA had arguably a much more difficult situation. They had a situation that could have deep sixed the entire league, and they handled it with aplomb for the most part.
Well, that's right, and so, I couldn't agree more. But it also is shocking that they were able to do it. Because if Sterling had better lawyers, he probably could have gotten that reversed. You know what I mean?
If Sterling weren't a crazy person.
Exactly. He's a 80-plus-year-old crazy person. So.
Sports leagues are so strange in that regard, aren't they? It's almost like if you're an owner, you're not really an owner. You can be suspended.
Yeah.
It's like you own a McDonald's.
Well,
the parent company can take your franchise away if you prove to be detrimental to the company as a whole.
Yep. And it wasn't like that back in the day. You could be a crazy person and nothing would happen because that.
To some extent, he still can be. Have you ever heard of Jerry Jones?
Well, because of Jerry Jones, the NFL makes a whole lot more money than they used to. So that crazy is certainly tolerated a lot more than if it were the Houston Texans, probably.
Bud Adams, or was that Bud Adams? No, it's the other guy.
No, that was the Houston Oilers, who then moved into Tennessee.
Who owns the Texans?
I don't know who does now. I think they might have changed hands once since the original ownership that got them created. My friend Night Attack 09, I'm sure.
By the way, Rich, you're breaking up a tiny bit.
Okay.
You might.
Okay.
He could start some danger here. Great save. Bell to Zubris. To Eliach. Good defensive play.
You still there?
In center ice. Shoots. Great glove grab. And he'll cover.
Harding's in total scramble mode to make the stop.
You hear me this time?
Yep, I hear you now.
Yeah, I have some little I have microphone problems with this computer sometimes. So I'm on the computer's microphone now.
Have you ever seen the Minnesota Vikings owner?
Ziggy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from New Jersey.
I did not know that.
He is I guess a real estate magnate from New Jersey. Oh yeah. He looks like Wario.
Yes, he does.
Have you seen the picture of him doing the first shovel of the new Viking stadium?
No, I haven't.
It's amazing. You gotta look it up. There's Ziggy shoveling the first shovel of dirt, and he's got this just maniacal Wario-like smile on his face. And our governor, Mark Dayton, is standing right next to him, and he just looks so he almost looks like he's in a Mel Brooks movie.
Nice.
It's amazing. Work. Blazing Saddles style.
Right. Oh my gosh, what is happening here? It's all coming apart.
I've often said that I'd like to own a sports team just because it's fun and because it's a license to print money.
Well, it is these days, but the way that the prices these teams are going for now,
Oh, sure. Well,
taking
you have
a
to
lot
be in an
more
ownership
risk.
group now.
yeah, taking a lot more risk, because when you buy this high, Yeah, I don't know where the next wave of money is coming from now that they're awash in TV money. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely a bubble. But, you know, the demand just won't go away. People want sports.
Darn right. It's, you know, it is in a world of DVRs and on demand. It's sort of live sports is the one last thing that can sort of guarantee you ratings, and it's you know, especially with social media now, it's the thing that everybody can sort of experience together even more.
Yep. It's a cultural event.
Yep. I mean, I don't even pay attention to my Twitter feed anymore during big sports games because that's all it is, just people reacting like, you know, it's like the same arc every time, you know. Early in the game, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I can't believe this happened. And then, you know, when the inevitable comebacks happen, you know, the whole thing, it's just, it's so funny to watch. The instant reactions.
It is pretty funny to watch. I actually sit on, ow. I'll sit on Reddit feeds, actually, and watch the conversation go back and forth. It's pretty funny.
I don't do Reddit. Reddit confuses me.
I've finally gotten into Reddit, and to be perfectly honest, the combination of SB Nation and Reddit, much more interesting than anything I'll see on ESPN or whatever. Because, like, just for the Vikings, for example, there's a guy named Arif Hassan who covers the Minnesota Vikings for the Daily Norseman on SB Nation, and the dude is more insightful and more interesting than pretty much any beat reporter, like professional beat reporter that I've seen. And he does it for free. It's insane. And on Reddit, like, these super fans just write the craziest, most in-depth posts. I've learned more about football just following football on Reddit than I ever have reading the national media.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, oh, come on. It's just like with anything, right? Like when you get in that niche, you know, with the people who are passionate about it, you do learn so much more. Right? There's no way ESPN could go to the level of depth about the Minnesota Vikings that somebody who's dedicated to the Minnesota Vikings can do. I mean, it's like our podcast, right? Like Press Row Podcast. Nobody goes deep on the world of sports games, except us.
Yeah, we're in the era of niches.
And that's why people like it, and that's why it gets the numbers of downloads that it does, which is astounding to me and awesome. And when I sit back and think about it, it totally makes sense.
And by the way, you should listen to the Press Row Podcast if you don't already, because it's an awesome podcast. Is it not, Rich?
It is an awesome podcast, mostly because Kat Bailey is on it.
Oh, wow. That was bad. Nice shot. Nice score.
Thank you. Fighting back.
Fighting back indeed.
It's funny because I'm looking at the Twitch stream occasionally, and then I look up and look at my TV, and they're going in opposite directions.
That's delays for you.
Well, no, your perspective is you're going top to bottom, right? To me, you're going top to bottom.
I was watching a stream. From last year's version. That I was like playing against TJ, I guess. And I was wearing the green home jerseys, or the Wild has green alternate jerseys.
Yeah.
And in the stream, I was wearing the red.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Nice pass. Oh, gotta gather that in.
You know, the game is more nuanced, but in terms of how the players interact with the puck, it feels last gen.
Yes, I pointed that out in my review. Like exactly that. It's just some weirdness with there's a goal. Oh.
The way the board play still feels kind of archaic. I still feel like I'm getting sucked into the boards.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good point you made in your review.
On through the corner.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know, like, I feel like Madden hasn't solved that problem either, to some extent.
I still,
But I feel like that's like the next step is having much more realistic player-to-player interactions, right?
and maybe it's just because I've just been playing NHL the same way. It seems to me like I'm still doing the same sort of approach,
Yeah, it
and
feels the same.
I don't know if I don't know if I would be better if I tried different stuff, but it's almost like muscle memory at this point.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like, the role of one-timers and slap shots has been diminished for sure. But at the same time, okay. But the way to get a goal is still kind of unchanged. And it doesn't always look realistic when it happens.
I can't believe I didn't get a goal right there, by the way. Just so
Yeah, the goaltenders, by and large, are pretty good.
Power play unit has to recoil and try yet again. A 2-on-2 moving on. Just above the crossbar.
Took me so long to learn how to play this game.
Mm.
Took me like multiple iterations to get even like fairly decent. It has a pretty high learning curve.
Moves to the corner.
Yes,
Power play
I would
time
agree.
dwindling. Puck gotten by Patrick
Nice
Elliott.
poke check.
Thank you. And there are people who are still a lot better at geeking and
Oh, yeah.
scoring on at will than I am.
Yes, well, the people in the league last year were just stupidly good.
God, it was ridiculous how good they were.
But it wasn't fun.
They made me hate that game.
Right, exactly. They made me quit the league. It just felt cheap. Nobody likes. You know.
It was like the bad old days of the 4-string Madden League,
Mm.
where you had people who just abused the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a wrister.
All right, come on, let's move. Push, push, push. Let's go.
Left wing pass to Clough.
Oh,
4-string cup is on the line. Final period.
press row cup. Press row cup.
What did I say?
4-string cup.
Oh, press row cup. 4-string cup is another thing.
Yes. Which
I
will be
was
the
really
next.
looking forward to having a league too,
Oh my gosh, me too. Oh, I was so.
because that's how I prefer to play franchise. Like, get a couple friends in there,
Yep.
and then once the playoffs start, you know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. No, I could not agree more. That was exactly how I was looking forward to it.
And I was really upset that they took out custom soundtracks. I know that maybe not everybody uses them, but it's important to me that
Come on,
music be,
Yaga.
when I score the goal, I want the right goal horn music, right?
Yeah.
Finally got the goal horns right. For years and years, they did not have those right. They finally got them right, which is good because I really like
Oh
the
gosh.
Sharks horn.
Yeah.
It's deep and rich and sounds almost like a foghorn.
Just a bit over 4 minutes have been skated in the third.
So there's that at
Minnesota's
least,
got
but
a lead, but it's just 2-1.
not having the right music, not cool. And I like asked them about it, and they were like,
Oh.
no,
No goal.
no goal. I think it bounced off them.
No goal.
They're gonna review it though, right?
Looks like they will.
Or did that get cut?
Minnesota's sure they've scored, but this is definitely
No, they're
be a
gonna review
video
it. I
review
think
from
it might
my
have been
spot.
high
It
stick.
looks like it's
Yeah,
gonna be
high
a good
stick.
goal,
Yep.
however.
Looks like a
Exactly.
high stick to me.
Mm.
See you in a minute.
It's close.
It is close. Oh, attention. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, it is a controversial goal.
All right, time to figure out what to do now.
For a second time.
Indeed.
Minnesota's got another face-off win.
It's like the ice capades out there.
Now you're just cheating, holding on to the puck.
Pass cut.
You know, all of this stuff that we're missing in the next gen version of NHL 15 Still in the 360 PS3 version.
Sort of.
What do you mean?
But, well, there's nothing else really. Well, I guess they did update the commentary.
So, is Emmerich, here we go. Is Emmerich doing the commentary in that version?
I believe so. I don't
Okay.
believe so, for sure.
Come on, Coyle. Oh,
Something like that.
Give him the win on that punch.
Oh, a couple of those punches you
thanks,
could hear.
SWATOR32. I do agree that it was a very nice goal.
A little under 9 minutes off the clock. Minnesota's lead on the strength of that recent goal is 2.
Yeah.
Collected another victory on the faceoff.
I'll probably... The problem is I'm really busy right now, so I
Oh,
kind of have to
hurt.
pick my spots in terms of sports games.
Yeah,
And if FIFA's as good as I think it's going to be,
it's going
which
to
I think it's
dominate.
going to be pretty good, it's going to
Yeah.
dominate my time.
Yep, exactly. Between that, the Madden League, and then NBA, because I'm a huge NBA fan. I mean, I'm spoken for.
I'm
Yeah,
a
people-
huge hockey fan. I
Yeah,
love
me too.
hockey.
Me too. But if I'm not playing in the league with my friends and there's no like be a pro that's fun, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm just not into playing an entire franchise by myself. You know, I don't do that very much anymore.
It's a bit of a drag. I can do it in FIFA, but that's because FIFA has
Yes.
an amazing franchise mode.
Yes. I prefer to do that in FIFA. Like FIFA, I play differently than any other game. Like FIFA, I don't like to play in the treadmill because I want to hear the crowd and the announcers. FIFA, I don't like to play online because I'm terrible. It's the only sports game that I don't like to play against. I mean, I'll play with my friends online, but I'm just, I'm not good at it. And because it doesn't have an online franchise, like I don't play that. So, but every other game, like MLB The Show, Madden, and I'm playing on NBA 2K, being in online leagues with my friends, which just for me changes everything.
Minnesota's power play gets another chance to operate.
All right, things are looking bleak for the Devils.
Yep.
Quick work on
Down a
the
man, down 2 goals.
Oh, that was a bad pass. Why? There's a dude open right there in the slot. 4-on-4.
Tripping.
Minnesota's got 2 on this one for
Well, that's one way to give me a little hope.
Both of these teams are a minute
Yes.
short right now, so we get ready for another faceoff. Solid, clean win. Moves it to the shadow of the boards. Into the end of attack.
I think the difference between FIFA and every other... What the hell?
Should be a penalty.
Jeez.
The Devils get a 2-minute penalty.
That
for
was me.
dribbling.
I think the difference between FIFA and every other sports game is when I play it, I'm constantly surprised by, like, I'm pleasantly surprised all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that that's the case with a lot of sports games. Maybe NBA. It feels dynamic in a way that a lot of sports games don't. And I've often said, FIFA gets it. FIFA just gets it. They get it in a way that almost no other sports game gets it.
And that's why they're by far the world's best-selling sports game, you know?
Yeah.
There's a reason.
I'm just
And it-
like, what are other sports game developers missing? Why have they not cribbed everything from it?
It's an onside play.
It seems obvious, but I don't make sports games,
Can he
so
make 'em chase it?
Well, every game has its own baggage, its own history, its own unique set of code, its own unique long-time fans, long-time developers. You know, it's really hard to shift a game. It's not impossible, but it takes multiple years. It's very much like an aircraft carrier. You know, you can't just move
yeah,
it.
just ask Madden.
Right? So it takes a long time to make changes, and yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, like we were saying earlier, hopefully, you know, they've spent. It feels like Madden is going in a really good direction, and it takes a while, and you have to be patient. But while you're being patient, you can also enjoy what's there. You
Yeah,
know?
once they cleaned house, or once a lot of people moved on during the middle of like Madden 12,
Mm.
like they said, we're like completely changing course. And the fruits
It's
of
gonna
that have
take
been
time.
kind of borne out.
Well, the next gen has been very good to Madden. Even the launch version last year was very solid, played well. The online worked. You know, just had a lot going for it.
Whoa! Oh!
A little garbage
Here we
time.
go.
Make the final score a little better.
I don't know. It's not over yet.
10 seconds. Nope, can't do it.
I had Jeff steal a face-off and get all the way to my goal and score in a playoff game in the final 10 seconds. But Jeff always did that to me for some reason.
Neutralized face-off win.
Scored by number 15.
Picks it up in his own end. Elevator.
Congratulations, Cat.
Press-
Well played.
Press Row
Press
Cup.
Row.
Woo!
Let's Row Cup champ.
Minnesota's emerged
Yeah.
with the victory here.
We're like hop over those boards, guys. Be excited.
Confetti comes down. The cup. Oh wait, I'm not gonna get that. Oh well.
This clearly, we would if this were FIFA.
Yes, we would.
I don't mean
That's
to be
true.
mean, but geez. Well, good games, Rich.
Good
I had
games.
a
A
good
lot of
time.
fun. Me too. Thank you. We'll do this again soon.
Yes, absolutely. And Rich, where can people read your work?
Well, I did the review for this game for GamesRadar, and I'm the host of the Press Row podcast, of which you are an awesome member.
Oh, thank you very much. And yeah, follow you on Twitter. Where can people follow you on Twitter?
At Rich Grisham.
Excellent. So yeah, keep following Rich. If you enjoyed this stream, please favorite our channel and keep on following. We always like having more followers, and we'll be back again next Thursday. Mike Williams will be streaming something, possibly retro, who knows. But in any case, thanks for hanging out with us for the past 90 minutes, and thanks for being patient. And we'll see you again soon.